there, folks. Welcome back to another freaky deaky YouTube video. So in the last YouTube video you guys saw was our little cruiser down here. So what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be mounting the push mower motor on here, and also what we're going to be doing is the tensioner system. So that's why the belt will tighten up to make us move. So we're going to be doing that, and also what we're going to be doing is cutting this back a little bit, because the foot thing here, we can cut it back to here, of course, and the same on the other side, and maybe a little bit here also. Alright, now we got the motor mounted down. Now what we're going to be doing is putting the pulley onto the bottom, and then we're going to be doing the tensioner pulley. I don't know why she gotta be smoking like that. I accidentally choked her a little bit. And now we got the pulley there, as you can see, hopefully, and now we're going to be working on the tensioner system. Well, man, that actually looks pretty sweet, dude. Alright, so here's my gas pedal. I had to make a couple holes a slight bit more bigger because I found this right here little rod that might work perfectly. We might have to shorten it or extend it. I'm not quite sure yet. But for now, we're going to have to mount this thing back up in there. And we got our little tensioner thing right here. We're going to bolt it up from here. And then right here is where that little rod's going to go into. So it'll do this, and then our spring is going to fit into that little hole right there. So, for now, I'm going to put this back up in here, bolt everything on, and hoping and praying that that little rod will be the perfect length. Alright, we got it all the way down here. We got this here connected up, this right here all connected up, and this other tensioner pulley right here. The clutch right here, whenever I push it, it will tighten up the belt just tight enough. So, that's perfect. Alright, the motor's mounted, the clutch pedal's all the way ready. I got the gear shifter here. We're going to have to fire this thing up tomorrow, of course, because it's pretty late. It's 8:05. It's time for me to go to bed. Alright, folks, it's outside, and we took it for a couple test drives, but the belt kept on falling off. So we built our very own belt guards on the back, and the belt's staying on. But, as I was out for a little test drive, my stinking steering rod snapped, so I can't steer. We're going to go inside and fix that. I believe I fixed it. So, now, it should work. Alright, let's see here. Put it right here. Something's wrong again. Something's wrong again. Now I'm going to tell you something. There's always something wrong. And if there's nothing wrong, then I tell you what, that's one dadgummit miracle. Fire up again. Put her in gear. It's actually working. Shifter in a second. Alright. Going okay. Shifter in the third. Come on, baby. Something doesn't seem right here. There we go. Picking up speed. And the belt fell off. Why? Hey, alright, well, as I presume, it drives. That's a good thing. For a little bit. So, hopefully in the next clip, we will have this thing 100% amigo finished. So that's why we will not have any more dadgummit problems. Because if there are more dadgummit problems, that means that this dadgummit thing is not going to work 100%. Which means we're going to have to put the transmission in, the push mower motor, back onto the old Red Murray and do all that stuff over again. But, yeah. We're going to keep on working on this thing. Alright, no matter how many times I try to level off the pulleys, there's always another one that goes unlevel, and the belt is just falling off, and falling off. So, it was worth a shot. I mean, like, it was fun. We can try it some other day. But for now, what we're actually going to be doing is taking this transmission, putting it back onto the Murray, and taking this motor and putting it back onto the Murray. But before we do that, we're going to have to fix where it's broken here, and that's not gonna run. And here's a piece that broke off of it. It like fits just like this. It fits up in there just like this. So we're gonna fix that, and then we're gonna have to clean it up a little bit, and then we can drive it again. Of course, we're gonna have to take off the bumper that I made for it a while back, so that's why we can mount it on the hood and everything else. So yeah, it's really sad that that didn't really work out like I planned it to. Alright, so just got this here unmounted, and it looks pretty silly without it on there, of course. So now it's just really the frame, and now we're going to start working on this little bugger. We're going to grind off all these welds I put on here, and I was not really using my brain that much, so this is going to take quite a few minutes. Alright, I believe I might have fixed it. And I did this side also, and this one here just started breaking, so I kind of fixed that a little bit. So that might help it out a little bit more, I don't know. We're going to first clean up where like it was sitting for a while, clean up all that dirt a little bit. Alright, we got her on here, and she is perfect. That sucker's tight now. So since now that's done, we're going to be throwing on the steering wheel, attaching up the steering wheel of course, and then taking off the transmission on this lawnmower and the motor, and then mount the transmission, get everything all set up on the back, and then mount the motor and everything, and then put the back fender on here, and then we'll be rocking and rolling. Let's see here. Right here's the hot rod. In the future, I'm saying in the future, we will have this thing going. Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna have to like work on the mounts a little bit. Or I mean, the mounts, they've actually lasted quite a while, like the ones that I made. So yeah, this is gonna be a future project, of course. Alright, so we got the motor running, that's awesome. The transmission's fully mounted. It is 9 something in the evening, and I got the headlights to work. What I did here was, I hooked up a battery, and I taped that one on there. And the wires run down here, we're going to have to tape it up against there, running out up through here, and then out up through there. So that's pretty sweet. The headlights are working. Oh, that's just beautiful. I totally forgot to show you guys. I finally got the motor on here. I got the pulley on. I got the belt on. Of course, the transmission's on. Everything is set up. I got the gear shifter. Clutch is all set up. And everything's ready. But it was just too dark outside to take it for a test drive. So actually what I wanted to first do here was use this here off switch and hook up the wire between there, like in between here somewhere, ran up into the original hole of where it should be. It didn't really work for me because it had to be very, very, very tight here and over there, but usually like they come loose and then like sparks started flying and then it would just melt the wire, possibly blow out the lights. So I'm just gonna do this for now. So like whenever I want to take it for like a test drive or something, I just get this and my vice grips for now, and I just mount it on there. Push down pretty hard. Oh yeah. So yeah, so that's awesome. So like I could take it out for a test drive because I have headlights, but it is 9:34. Pretty late. Tomorrow we will take this thing out for a test drive to make sure that at least this thing works. And yeah, well, I'm gonna go get a shower and get to bed. Alright, so I got the Murray out here, and to be honest, I went for a couple test drives, but the belt kept on falling off, and the metal tensioner that is attached to the clutch here, the pulley on there, I had to flip it upside down because the bottom was kind of burnt off because like there was a belt on it going two ways, going this way and this way, which was not good, and it kind of melted it off a little bit, like where the belt could just fall off. So I took it off and I flipped it upside down, and now the belt's not falling off. So now I was gonna slap on the helmet with this little camera that I was recording with, but it's just like every single time whenever I turn it on, there's just some sort of crazy words that pop up and some sort of VIN numbers, and it just doesn't want to work. So the mess, don't worry about it. So I'm gonna set this camera up on a little stand, and I'm gonna film myself going back and forth on some different parts of the woods out here. Maybe even go Thank you so much for putting in your word, but it does not matter. And maybe even go off-roading a little bit. So we're just going to do that. Well, I think that'll be it for now. Alright, thank y'all so much for watching this YouTube video. It's too bad that the hot rod didn't really turn out like I wanted it to. But hey, we turned out with something else, maybe, well, not better, but it works. And we can use this thing around the farm and everything else. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. And since it's getting hot, stay cool. And we will see you all on the next dadgumming YouTube video. Adios.